Hey, Aldwyn Altuney here. We were just live a second ago, and would you believe a phone call came in on the last live? I was interviewing Charlene Lynch, the amazing mind shift expert from Adelaide, and this phone call came in. I stopped the phone call, it stopped the live somehow. Don't know what happened, but if you have a similar experience, then please share how we can avoid this from happening in future. The lovely Charlene Lynch has had to run off now. She's got other commitments for the afternoon, so I thought I'd just come back and share with you a little bit about what we chatted about today. We had a great time interviewing each other today and getting some expertise on our different areas. And now Charlene has an amazing personal story where her 17-year-old son a few years ago committed suicide. And this led to her personal journey around mind shift. She was an alcoholic, she was overweight, she had problems with hoarding, and she was also OCD. And she was able to turn these things around amazingly, and has created this mind shift program now. And she does a lot of corporate speaking, teaching people how they can shift their mindset. And one of the first things she said is how important language is. Language is very, very important when it comes to shifting your mind and shifting the way you do things. So notice the language that you share with others. Notice what you say to others and also what you say to yourself. And often a lot of the things we are saying to ourselves and saying to others, the same kinds of conversations we're repeating again and again, and often they're unconscious conversations. Now, there's reasons that we attract the certain things that we do attract in life. I do believe that we are responsible for everything that happens in our life, whether we consciously realize it or not. Anyone who follows Abraham or Esther Hicks will know about the power of law of attraction, the power of your thoughts to magnify or magnetize what you actually want in life. If you keep, for example, if you have money issues and if you keep saying that you can't afford something, or I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money, then you're going to find that you'll never have enough money. Whereas if you shift that to say, I have an abundance of money, everything is in line for me to achieve more money and finances, I have everything I need, etc., etc. If you just shift the way that you speak about things, then you can shift the reality of what's actually happening in your life. Now, this can be challenging, right? If you don't feel wealthy and talking to yourself this way, you may kind of feel in some ways, oh, but that's not actually the truth, right? So then notice those conversations that come up and notice what sort of conversations are you having with yourself and others that are empowering or disempowering for you. And I think half the thing is just getting conscious of what you are saying to yourself. Hello, Rowan, good to see you. And Rowan, of course, Rotary does some amazing work for the community. That's where I know Rowan Johnston from. And, Rowan, there's a lot of positivity with Rotary, and a lot of out to change the world, and anything's possible with Rotary, which is fantastic and great to be a new member of Rotary. Now, Charlene was talking about language, the importance of language, and also we talked about depression. Now, she's battled with depression over the years. I've battled with depression over the years. I've had 4 friends who have taken their own lives, and in fact about 3 million people across Australia have depression, and about 1 million people worldwide take their own lives, which I think is absolutely tragic. And I believe that if we put more good news stories out in the mass media, we can help shift these statistics. Hello, Sandra, good to see you. So I'm really passionate about getting more good news stories in the mass media to help turn those statistics around, to help lift people's spirits. Because I think what the world needs, what people need, is more hope. They need more uplifting. If you just watch negative news day after day after day, you are going to end up depressed and most likely suicidal. You'll think, what the hell is this all about? Is it even worth living when you've got wars and crime and all sorts of dramas going on in the world? You'd be thinking, well, what's the point of going on? what's the point, right? And in fact, that's what happened to me growing up. And my dad used to watch news night after night. He would religiously watch the news. And every night I remember just feeling depressed and feeling, anxious and upset and angry with the world. And I felt that I couldn't really make a difference in these major issues that were happening. And I love my parents. We're very close. However, if you watch too much mainstream news, a lot of it is negative. A lot of the mainstream news is negative. Then you will end up depressed potentially. However, the good news is now there is a whole good news movement happening across the world, and there's a lot of positive news that is now coming out. So while Charlene talks about mind shift on an individual level, there's actually a mind shift happening also on a global level in the area of media. For those that know me, I'm known as the media queen. I have 35 years media experience. I know I don't look a day over 25, but I am actually 45, and I first featured in the media at age 10. And I've found in that time that the media has changed incredibly in the last, even the last 15 years. Social media's only been around since really 2003 MySpace started, 2004 Facebook started. There's now 2.4 billion active users now on Facebook. There's now nearly 3 billion people out of the 7.5 billion people on the planet. That's nearly half the world's population are using social media now. So we're seeing the news reported like never before. We're seeing individuals like you and I actually creating the news, because journalists will look to the news every single day now for story ideas. And part of what I do is I teach people how to get free publicity and how to get journalists to write stories about you and cover you for free, so you don't have to waste thousands of dollars on advertising. And now with the good news movement that's happening, we have major news organizations like Huffington Post, MSN, we have news.com.au, all have good news sections now, which is very exciting. We have things like Good News Network. We have Sunny Skies News. We have a happy newspaper in the UK. Recently, a story about that went viral on social media. People are wanting more positivity. And did you know that the biggest selling book of all time is the Good News Bible? 5 billion plus copies sold of the Good News Bible. Isn't that interesting? Now, no matter what your religious beliefs, I find that very, very interesting that the Good News Bible has sold more books than anything else out there. And the fact is we are drawn to the light and we are repelled by negativity. Now, in an age of fight or flight, sure, there's receptors, and there's the human being is conditioned to look out for fear, right? So we need to be aware of what sort of fear and dangers there are out there. However, the thing is not to be consumed by that. Do not think the whole world is negative when there's so much positive happening out there. There's so many people doing so much good for the community out there. And the thing is okay, so there's some dramas happening out there. Okay, how can we turn that into a positive? How can we turn this situation around and look at the good that can be done in this situation, the positive, uplifting things that can be done coming from a space of love, not fear, in this situation to help turn it around? And I do believe in the power of one, and I believe in you. One of my favorite quotes is one by Margaret Mead. And she says, a small group of thoughtful people can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has. So what do you want to see change in out there if you're watching this right now? Rowan, Sandra, Anya, great to see you. What would you like to see change out there in the world for? Now, another thing that I'm really passionate about is animals. I absolutely love animals. And for years, I was very angered and upset by animal cruelty. And I decided in 2007, hello Barry, good to see you. In 2007, I decided to do something about it. And I actually started the world's first Animal Action Day on the Gold Coast. And that was a day of awareness, appreciation, and respect for animals. And I thought, I want this to be a worldwide annual event. And every single year now for the last 12 years, I have run an Animal Action event. And I've got the 13th Animal Action event coming up on October 5 at the Quality Hotel, Mermaid Waters. And this year we're raising funds and awareness for an amazing cause called Land of the Free. And that is to help end trophy hunting of endangered animals such as bears, cougars, lions, etc. And this is being run by a very good friend of mine called Lynn Santa, and it has the support of Priscilla Presley and Tippi Hedren and a whole lot of amazing people across the world that, you know, I'm sure all of us are flabbergasted that trophy hunting is even still happening to this day, and that people get a kick out of killing these beautiful animals. It just makes absolutely no sense to me. So what we're aiming to do with this is to do a documentary project and to help raise awareness around this to help end trophy hunting of endangered animals. So on October 5, we have some amazing performers coming. I'm so excited. We've got Tenor Us coming, which is Roger Davey, and a guy called Adam coming along. They are phenomenal performers. Now, Roger was one of the co-founders of the 10 Tenors. He does an amazing Pavarotti show on the Gold Coast. He runs Vivace Entertainment, and world-class performer. The two of them have got a new show called Tenor Us, Adam and Roger. So they're performing. We've got Tyson Coleman coming, who's an amazing country music performer, and we have Walter Smith, who's a Native American music performer as well. He's actually an English guy, but he does Native American flute playing. So he's coming back to do his 7th or 8th Animal Action event now. He is phenomenal. And of course, Lynn Santa will be there emceeing and speaking, and I'm sure we'll be showing a short documentary about what's actually happening with Land of the Free and with this hunting. So that's something I'm passionate about. I want to see a difference in the community. 13th annual event, October 5. What would you like to see a change in out there? I'd love to see your comments. Just pop something in. What is it that angers you or upsets you in the world that you'd like to see change around? Just pop your comments there in the chat and have a look at that. And generally, where are you coming to us from today? Barry, I know you're in Seattle. Sandra in Melbourne. Anya, where are you? Rowan, I presume you're on the Gold Coast. Where are you guys coming to us from today? Just pop something in the chat. Love to hear from you. It is a glorious day here on the Gold Coast today. I am so grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my health. Part of the mind shift process too, on this topic of mind shift, is actually looking at what you can be grateful for. And one thing that Charlene did after her son committed suicide was to forgive. First thing she did was forgive. And then the next thing was she started to write down everything she was grateful for. And she does that to this day, every morning, every night. Write down what you're grateful for. And it's amazing with such a simple thing, such as a gratitude list or thinking of what you're grateful for. It's amazing how that can just shift your mind. You shift the way you think, you shift the way you think, you shift the way you act, and you will create different results for yourself. That's a little bit on mind shift. Do you have any tips on mind shift? What has helped you in your mind shift journey if you're watching this right now? What tips can you give us on how to maintain positive, enlightened, happy? What good news can you share with us, perhaps? So Charlene, we will be chatting to her again next week. She's an amazing lady and very inspiring. We actually met at Speakers Institute in Sydney, and we are both also Speakers Tribe leaders in Australia as well. She's in South Australia in Adelaide, and I'm a Speakers Tribe leader in Queensland, along with some other amazing individuals. It's so great to be part of that group. Okay, so there's a few tips on mind shift today and looking at what we're passionate about and what you'd like to see a difference within the community. Hello, Linda. Thanks for joining us. And love to hear from you. Where are you right now? And what area would you like to see change in the world? Like maybe it's homelessness, maybe it's domestic violence, which is something that Charlene's also passionate about. And she does some amazing Pamper Day events for domestic violence victims. Maybe it's child sexual assault. You know, what areas in life impact you? Maybe it's poverty. Maybe it's war. You know, what would you like to see some shifts in the world? And really, you know, using the power of the media, it's amazing what you can do. You know, with the animal action events I've done now, there's literally been millions of dollars worth of free publicity that we've gained with that. It's phenomenal, the support we've had. We've had Channel 10, Channel 9, Channel 7. We've been on many podcasts, radio shows, been in newspapers, magazines. It's just been phenomenal, the media support for the different animal action events that I've been running. So it's been a great honor and privilege, and I'm so grateful to all of the supporters and performers who donate their time for the events. It really is fantastic. So we will be finalizing the final program and be doing some promo on that coming up shortly, the Animal Action Night on October 5. Now, if you want to be kept up to date with what's happening there, then come and join the page Animal Action Events on Facebook, and you'll be kept up to date with all the latest news on the upcoming Animal Action Night on October 5. And events coming up on the 25th of September, I will be in Brisbane. I'm running my workshop, How to Gain $1 Million Worth of Free Publicity, and that will be followed by a Mass Media Tribe Meetup event. And we've got Eric Balance from Canada, who's going to be talking on the 25th of September. And the topic that he will be talking about will be, so he's actually an expert in the sales area. I'm just looking for where he is. Here we go. How to amplify your audience. So he's going to talk about how to amplify your audience at the Mass Media Tribe Meetup in Brisbane. So if you want to join any of the Mass Media Tribe events or any of my workshops, just come and connect on the group Mass Media Tribe. We are on Meetup and we are also on Facebook. So there's a group, Mass Media Tribe, Facebook and Meetup. You'll get the updates on the media events, and for the animal events, go to Animal Action Events. All right, well, I could just chat all day. I could just chat all day, but I won't chat all day. I will wrap up this live very shortly, and it's great to see you guys on the live. So, where are you joining us from, and what are you passionate about? What would you like to see some shifts? What would you like to see areas shifted in the world? And just pop a comment in the chat there. And I'd love to hear from you. Where are you and what are you passionate about? Seeing some change in the world about. Come and join me again, Animal Action Events and Mass Media Tribe on Facebook and Meetup, Animal Action Events page on Facebook. All right, I'm going to sign out. Thank you so much for joining me. And I always like to sign out with this. I believe in the power of one, and I believe in you. May your flame burn bright and light up all those around you. You know, my 4 friends that took their own lives, there were hundreds of people at their funeral. They had no idea how many people they impacted. So if there's an area that you are passionate about, just remember you can help change lives with what you do. You can help shift the world around you and shift the masses using the power of the media. And by shifting your mind, shifting the way you think and stepping up, anything is possible. Thanks again. I'm Aldwyn, Altuney, Media Queen. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Don't forget also to join me on YouTube if you haven't already. I've got Media Queen TV over there. I've got a whole lot of shows on YouTube, Media Queen TV. Come and subscribe to my channel. And I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Okay, so you'll find me over there. So come and connect. And I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to help you with your journeys too, to help you step up with your message and make the difference that only you are here to make. Thanks again. Have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.